Welcome to Trenton Central High School. This is Trenton Today on WBCB. Great to be with you. Today's show brought to you by Haldeman Ford Subaru. Here yesterday, here today, and here tomorrow. Thanks also to Capital Health System and to your Mercer County Prosecutor's Office and Angelo Onifree. Looking forward to today's show. It's Fire Prevention Month in Trenton, and we brought out the big guns. Director Kenneth Harris with us and Captain Charles Patterson, our guest. Guys, thank you so much for making the time for the show. And, Mr. Douglas. Wait, I call you Mr. Patterson, too?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. Kenneth Douglas.
Yes.
And Charles Patterson here with us. And our student, Jimmy Carvente, also hanging out. What's up, guys?
Hey.
So tell me a little bit about what work goes on during this month that is maybe unique to Fire Prevention Month in Trenton. Director Douglas. Forgive me for
no problem.
watching the whole intro and everything.
Not a problem. And no.
We're going to improve from here.
No problem. Listen, first and foremost, I'd like to thank you for having me back, Chris, and on behalf of Mayor Reed Gusiora and the Trenton Fire Department, and thank you for having us with this forum.
Hey, I'm just glad to have you back. It must have been a decent enough experience for you to return.
Yes, it was.
So I feel good about that.
Listen, this is my second interview I probably did in my entire life, and I enjoyed the experience. Thank you. Yes.
Well, typically we got Mayor Gusiora with us.
Yes.
He's unable to make the show, so Director Douglas hanging out.
Absolutely.
So what type of special things happen during Fire Prevention Month in Trenton? And I think you were saying this is Fire Prevention Week for the nation.
Yes, actually, this week would be Fire Prevention Week for the United States of America. But for the city of Trenton, we actually extend the entire month to show fire safety initiative. So actually, the month of October is Fire Prevention Month in the city of Trenton. Yes, and what we do, we actually go out to all the schools, elementary and the high schools, and do fire safety presentations with the fire companies that's in the respective districts. In addition, we go out to the senior buildings and make sure they are aware of safety measures, even in living in their respective homes and apartments.
Captain Patterson, are you out there talking to the young people this month?
Absolutely. Sometimes, we go. It depends on what our schedule's like and what's scheduled for that day, and we'll go out either to talk to the kids or, like the director said, senior citizens, and just educate them on fire safety. And smoke detectors. A lot of people get smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors mixed up. So we tell them that, teach them the different two. Actually, smoke detector beeps slow, and carbon monoxide detector beeps real fast. So, a lot of times we get calls and they may say my carbon monoxide detector is going off, it's the smoke detector, or vice versa. So, educate the public.
Right. I'd be kicking myself for messing up the intro, but maybe it was subliminal because you mentioned to me you're a Jets fan.
Yes, I am.
I'm feeling a certain way
I'm feeling
about
excited
that right now.
I'm feeling excited. We have a win.
How about you guys getting ready for Phillies baseball later? You got Phillies fans?
Not Phillies, Yankees.
Yankees? I think Mayor Reed's a Mets guy.
I think so.
I typically don't get a lot of Phillies love on this show. What about you, Captain Patterson?
I just follow. I don't really have a favorite. I like the Yankees uniforms.
That's right.
The Yankees hat.
And one of the teams that we follow at WBCB, the Trenton Thunder.
Yes.
Baseball.
Yes.
I saw their 2024 schedule has already been released. It was a pretty successful season for the Thunder, and it seemed like they brought a lot of fans in there. Does that call the fire department to, be on site a little bit more and have a physical presence at all those games, all those events?
Yes, I know. Along with the police department, I'm sure they have a security presence at the games, but the fire department, we do also. In addition to that, with the fireworks display that they have, we are there for that support and safety in the event something goes wrong, where we are at the games. Yes.
The other thing we want to talk about is what's going on here on the campus of Trenton Central High School. Jimmy, good to have you with us today. I know we got a big football game coming up. Jess was telling me there's a Halloween show on October 27th. You know anything about that event?
I haven't heard of it necessarily, but what I have heard was we are decorating. Each community is decorating the halls for Halloween, and at the end, I'm not sure when the end is, but we will be rewarded something. I'm pretty sure first, second, and third gets a reward, and right now I'm pretty sure R&B is winning that little Halloween haul thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Director Douglas was telling us that there is a contest right now for students within the Trenton School District to put together like a PSA,
Yes.
and the winner is going to get some prizes.
Yes. So the mayor's office, Mayor Riguciora, and the Trenton Fire Department sent notification out to all the public schools that we're having a fire safety contest, which consists of a PSA video or a poster. It is age appropriate. I believe it's about 4 or 5 categories. It was sent out probably maybe a week ago, and we're just looking to see what people's vision of what fire safety means to them. I'm looking forward to this because this is the first time we actually hosted this in the city of Trenton, and I'm looking more forward to the videos because everybody's on some type of social media, have cameras in their hand. So with that reason, it'd be fascinating to see exactly what fire safety presentation that the children are going to develop for us.
It's going to be fun to see
Yes.
all the creative ideas that come across your desk. This month, again, Fire Safety Month, but this month I think you also accepted a brand new term as director. And tell me a little bit about what you envision for this next 4 years directing the Trenton Fire Department.
And first, I would just like to thank Mayor Gusior for considering me to continue to term with him in his second term.
We congratulate you,
yes,
even though you are a Jets fan.
Yes, I'm a Jets fan, absolutely.
Congratulations nonetheless.
JETS. But I just appreciate the mayor for considering me for a second term and trusting me with his fire department, and the city council also, because they're the ones that actually had to confirm me to be continue as the director for the fire department. The mayor put me up for vote. But as it relates to the department itself, just moving forward, we're in the process of hiring a new class. In addition to, we just got approved by DCA and the municipal council. We got 3 fire trucks actually in production right now. That we should have 2 of them probably next year. In addition, we just through ARP funding through the council approving the Department of Community Affairs in New Jersey, we had got the air tanks, about 100 air tanks and the 50 harnesses. So these are the air tanks that wear in the back, because a lot of our equipment is aging out. Also, these are the things that we need to help with the firefighters to protect the citizens, and some other equipment that we have. But as far as training, the fire trucks, the new firefighters, and just pushing forward with all these things, I'm looking forward and look promising for the next 4 years with the mayor. Yes.
All right, I want to put Jimmy on the spot a little bit, right, and ask you what you think a brand new fire engine costs.
A brand new fire engine.
Brand new fire with all the bells and whistles.
I'd say 1.2 million.
So close
That's a
to
good
it.
guess.
Close
I think.
to
That's
it.
a good guess.
So a fire engine, the one that carries the water, that could run just under 800,000. So the ladder truck can run between 1.5 to $2 million.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
So in comparison to the police with their police cars, we can buy a whole lot of police cars with the cost of 2 fire trucks.
And that funding that comes through the city budget.
Well, actually, through the ARP funding that municipalities around the United States got from the federal government.
Gotcha, right.
The mayor designated a certain amount of money to go towards public safety, and this is one of the things one of the purchases that was approved by the council that we did get for the fire department. There's 3 fire trucks, 2 engines, and 1 ladder company. Yes.
So Fire Prevention Month. Captain Patterson, what are some common mistakes people make, or ways that fires start within someone's household?
It could be something as simple as cooking, leaving cooking unattended, smoking in a bedroom or wherever, falling asleep. Just your basic, common things that we take advantage every day, but we may just discard it. When
Like
people cook, they take the smoke detector down.
Right.
because it gets annoying. But what people don't realize is that's his job to alert you. So things like that. Cooking. Smoking, leaving things unattended, and just basically carelessness. That's why we have this fire prevention. To educate people. On just keep them aware.
Right.
Things like that.
I mean, even the types of oils and frying or those types of things.
All that. Yep. With cooking, don't throw water on a grease fire. Things of that nature. Unfortunate thing, like we're firefighters. We're trained. So when the fire happens, we know how to react. But your average citizen, they may panic. Especially children or elderly people. So that's why it's important to have fire prevention month, to educate people.
So, how fast can things get out of hand for somebody? Every now and then, maybe I've seen a flame in the kitchen and been able to extinguish it myself, but I find myself lucky that it didn't catch on to something else and become a major problem.
It can happen within seconds. You know what I mean? Like I said, you can be cooking and leave the room, and it could be, fire needs fuel to burn. So whatever's around, if just about everything we got is flammable. So it can be within seconds. You can leave, and it's actually not the fire that gets you; it's the smoke. Because if you try to put the fire out, and, the smoke will choke you with gas. I mean, everybody experienced some type of smoke inhalation, whether major or minor. But like I say, it can happen within seconds.
We're talking fire. We ought to be talking Phillies, too. Phillies at 5 today. All right, I got my Phillies gear on.
Yes.
After the show, I'm going to the Trenton Mercer Airport, and I'm taking a flight out to Arizona, and I'm getting one of these $11 tickets. All right, that's the rumor, that they got $11 tickets to see this baseball game. So that's what I'm doing today. But we're going to step aside, return, talk more with Director Douglas and Captain Patterson and our guest Jimmy Carvente from Trenton Central High School about what's going on here on campus and Fire Prevention Month for Trenton. We're back with more of Trenton Today in just a bit.
Merrill Reese here to tell you about my good friends at Haldeman Ford Subaru on Route 33 in Hamilton Township. For outstanding sales and service, you can depend on the folks at Haldeman Ford Subaru for the best value on new and pre-owned Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs, along with a great selection of value-priced new and pre-owned Subarus. And no one offers the service that Haldeman does in their huge, state-of-the-art service facility. Service so great that many area municipalities and commercial fleets get their service performed by Haldeman Ford Subaru. From Langhorne to Princeton, folks like you to commercial fleets trust the name Haldeman for sales and service. Haldeman Ford Subaru, Route 33 in Hamilton Township.
Hi, this is Mercer County Prosecutor Angelo Honorfree, and I'm proud to help sponsor today's show and promote what's happening in our community. All residents of your hometown should stay involved and participate in community activities, whether it's volunteering to help make your town clean, or volunteering at the animal shelter, or helping at a local youth event. Staying involved in your community makes your hometown a great place to live. This is Mercer County Prosecutor Angelo Honorfree, and I hope you enjoyed today's show.
Hi, Merrill Reese for Capital Health, reminding you that the former St. Francis Medical Center is now Capital Health East, and they still offer a 24/7 emergency department as well as outpatient medical clinic services. To enter the emergency department and outpatient clinic, please use the Burt Avenue entrance. Capital Health, proud to be a partner for better health in our state's capital, Trenton, New Jersey.
Welcome back to Trenton Today, brought to you by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, Haldeman Ford Subaru, and Capital Health System. Great to be with you. Great to be joined by Director Douglas and Captain Patterson, our student guest, Jimmy Carvente. And Jimmy, you were telling us during the break that you had a recent incident at your house where things almost got out of hand.
Yeah, so it happened, I'm pretty sure yesterday.
Wow.
And so I was in my room, and my father, he was making food, I suppose, right? He was making tortillas so that he could eat it with his food. And so at the same time, he was doing laundry over at across the street, and I heard the door close, meaning that he had left the house. So I stayed in my room for 5 minutes, and then I started to begin to smell the smell of burnt tortilla. So I questioned myself. I'm like, why am I smelling that when my father isn't home? So I go downstairs and I see my house is pretty foggy. It's covered in gray smoke.
Right.
And so I quickly run to the kitchen and I see that a tortilla's on fire. I'm like, wow. And the flame had actually been not left on all the way, but almost slightly. So I'm pretty sure he forgot to turn it off all the way. And so I quickly turned it off. I grabbed the tortilla and I throw it in the sink, and then I turn on the water. Yeah.
You know, I saw something advertised on social media, Director Douglas and Captain Patterson, that might have been something that Jimmy could have used in that situation, where it was like a blanket that you throw over a fire, and they were comparing that to fire extinguishers, how it's not as messy, and there are some advantages to this fire blanket. And I'm wondering have you seen that product?
Yes, I have, and actually I ordered a couple for the fire department. So my community relations specialist, Eric Johnson, and I gave it to him. So we're studying it right now to try to introduce it to the public as another alternative to put a small fire out in your kitchen. So what I did see, the fact that you drape it over whatever's on fire, a small fire, of course, not if your bed is on fire, and it's supposed to smother the fire out, and it looks very effective. The only thing is I wouldn't choose one over the other. There are some challenges for persons that they're not that aware of how to use a fire extinguisher. They buy them from the big box home improvement stores. But the thing is that they have trouble pulling the pin and so forth and so on. So, we do offer that training in the fire department, but you'd be surprised how many people have a small fire gets big because they don't know how to use a fire extinguisher. But this you just pull right out the sleeve and drape it over the fire and smothers it out.
Yeah, it seemed easy to use this fire blanket.
Yes.
Have you found, Captain Patterson, that people have extinguishers but in a fire can't deploy them because they don't know how to do it?
Well, not really. Normally, if somebody's house on fire, like I said, they panic and they'll call 911. The problem, personally, that through my experience being on the fire department with extinguishers, is that you don't use them all the time. So they'll sit there, and they can lose their charge, or like you said, you can't pull the pin, or something like that. So even if you're aware it is there, and you want to use it, it may not even work. So you have to maintain it. Like people don't do that in their house, but maybe like in a apartment building or a public building, like a school, you have fire inspectors come around, they have to check it out. But in your own personal home, most people don't do that.
Can you speak to that inspection process? How often do you guys look at fire extinguishers, for instance, and make sure that they are charged up? And is that like every 6 months, every year?
The director may.
Well, it's not we go out to people's homes and check their fire extinguishers to make sure they're current. Is pretty much up to the owner.
But for businesses, maybe schools, public facilities, that type of thing.
So the Division of Fire Prevention, actually the state of New Jersey, the Department of Community Affairs, Fire Prevention, Fire Unit, they are the ones who do the inspections annually for the city of Trenton. It is a division that actually we're looking to absorb from the state. But we still do it, I guess you could say, when we go out to a particular call. If you do have it, it's nothing short of say the fact that the firefighter will just ask the owner or the resident of the apartment and say, well, how's your fire extinguisher, so forth and so on, take a look at it. And some of them don't know. They say, well, could you take a look at my fire extinguisher, make sure it works? Can you take a look at my smoke detectors? And that's a service, that's something easy that we do when we go out to a call, even if it's not a fire there. So.
Smoke detectors, and you mentioned carbon monoxide detectors. Are those devices something that people could pick up at the fire department, for instance, if they don't have that type of equipment in their home and they're hearing us today and recognize that that's a way to save lives?
So smoke detectors, we have them readily every day, the 10-year lithium battery ones. I would encourage everyone to call the fire department. I'll give the number at the end of this to if they need smoke detectors in their homes. There's no limited amount. We actually get them from the American Red Cross. We have hundreds in the firehouse, and so they're actually available to all Trenton residents. If you think you have battery-operated ones, I would suggest you replace them. In addition to that, we do have a smoke detector install campaign coming November 18th on a Saturday, and we will be in certain parts of the city of Trenton that day installing smoke detectors to all residents around who requires them. Advertisement should be out in the next 2 weeks.
All right, how many smoke detectors should a home have? I got one in the basement. I think I have one basically in every room of the house. I don't know if that's excessive or if that meets with what you think is a good approach.
Well, they should be in your sleeping quarters. They should be at least 10 feet away from your sleeping quarters. You can have them in the living room, in the basement, if your attic. I wouldn't suggest in the kitchen because it'll go off all the time.
Right. Near the kitchen, that'd be good.
Yeah. But basically, at least 10 feet from your sleeping quarters. If you have a long hallway, you can have one at each end of the hallway.
Gotcha.
But that's basically, smoke detectors are basically to wake you up. Most fire deaths unfortunately happen in the middle of the night when people are sleeping. So.
Again, at the break, Jimmy was telling us another thing you went through a few years ago where you couldn't get into your home because some of your neighbors' homes had a fire.
Yeah, so I was actually coming back home from school, and so there was this big cloud of smoke. I was driving home. My mother was driving me home, and a bunch of fire department was outside, a bunch of police, a bunch of people were gathering around the building, and the building was completely engulfed in a fire. And a lot of black, thick smoke was coming out from the house. And I'm not sure what happened. I'm pretty sure it was a kitchen fire, from what I heard. It was a kitchen fire that eventually evolved into a big house fire. And so...
did it stay within the house, or did it actually spread?
Luckily, it stayed only to that.
In one residence.
Yeah. And but they still wouldn't allow us to go back into our apartment. They closed off the streets. And so, we had to, I guess, drive around.
So now when you did get back in, could you smell smoke?
No, not really, because, it was all gone by the time we came back, because we had gone far away for a while and done some stuff. And when we came back, it was all cleared up.
What kind of protections are in row homes? I saw there was, unfortunately, a recent fatal fire where a fire spread through some row homes in Trenton. Are there firewalls between those in those structures to help prevent the fire from going from one residence to another?
The newer row homes, yes, like the townhouses and stuff, they have firewalls. Unfortunately, the older row homes do not have them because they all share a common cockloft, and some of them, even apartment buildings, share a common basement and a common cockloft. So that's why in row homes, fire spreads so fast. They get up in the cockloft and they just go either way, left or right.
Right.
So in the newer buildings, I believe it's required that they have some type of firewall.
Now, I saw there was also a smaller, like a laundromat fire, and part of the story was about how much cleanup was going to be required in order to get that business back on its feet. And that's something I've always wondered about. When you have even a small fire and there's some smoke in your home, how much effort does it take? Do you need to get professionals in there? Like, do people clean it out themselves, or there's somebody who knows how to get your home back the way it's supposed to be?
There are companies out there. And they look for
a terrible ordeal to go through.
It is. And there are companies out there that actually clean up and get all the debris out. And actually what they have to do, and actually in one of my homes, one of my tenants had an apartment fire. and it was just soot. Thank God, and just the cabinets burned. But I had to get a company out there to clean up, not just take the old burnt up stuff away and any kind of possessions that's in there, but you just still have to clean the walls and get the soot, to get the carcinogens off the wall, because you don't want to keep smelling that stuff. Your apartment or your house, it will still continue to smell like that charcoal burning smell. So beyond taking the debris out, you definitely got to get it sanitized and cleaned. Yes.
You were telling me before the show that you guys are trying to hire 25 new firefighters for Trenton.
Yes, 20 firefighters. We're in the process right now doing the background investigations. Yes.
Now, is that same question as I asked for the fire trucks? That funding, does that come from
ARP?
ARP?
No. That funding is strictly from the budget itself, from the city of Trenton, from the fire department budget. Yes.
All right. So make your case here for any Trenton Central High School students who might be considering a career as a firefighter, any Trenton Central residents who might be with us today that would want to go through the process to potentially engage in this career.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'll lean that question towards Captain Patterson, because actually he is a Trenton High School graduate.
A tornado.
Yeah. So you want me to?
I mean, for any Trenton Central students that are out there, why should they become a firefighter?
It's a rewarding job. It has its pros and cons, but for the most part, it's a rewarding job. You're helping your city residents, and we're educating people, and you're giving back. And that's what it's about. And you can make a decent living, doing it. So it's a rewarding job.
I mean, what kind of salary are we talking about for a starting firefighter?
Starting firefighter, I believe the starting salary right now could be $41,000, and it goes as high as well over $100,000. Well, that's without rank. Now, Captain Patterson is being modest because actually he's a captain now, so his salary, of course, exceeds that. And actually, to his credit, he actually sits number 3 on the current battalion chief list, so he'd be a officer in the fire department pretty soon, a chief in the fire department pretty soon.
Captain Patterson, can you tell us a little bit about your rise through the ranks and some of the things that have gotten you to where you're at right now?
I was just a regular kid going to Trenton schools. Just decided to be a firefighter.
Now, did you decide right out of high school that this was right for you?
No, not right out of high school. I joined the military, and then when I finished that, I took a test, the fire department test, the written test, then the physical, and I got hired. And from there, I was riding the side for a few years, and it became a driver, a pump operator. Then from there, became a captain. Took the test to become a captain. And
so each of those levels required additional skills to be added to your resume.
Yeah, you have to study. For the officer's exam. It's depending on how much time you put into it. It's pretty intense. But it's like I said, it's once you get there, it's well worth it. To be to command a unit or a crew, to direct them because they trust your judgment. And it's just you just have to just apply yourself. That's not only for just firefighting, but kids in general. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to be, just apply yourself. And I'm a living proof that if you put your mind to it, then you can achieve it. Because I thought about it. I wanted to be a football player, and then a boxer. And then I said, let me try the firefighting thing. But in my teenage years, this is what I wanted to do, and I applied myself, and I did it. So the fire department is very rewarding. But I would say to all the Trenton kids, Trenton High kids, whatever you want to do, apply yourself. Don't give up. There's trials and tribulations, but you can get there.
Yes.
and a career where you can grow and
Right,
advance.
you can grow and advance.
A rewarding career that it's always you're giving back constantly, because you're in a career that basically you have to respond at some of the people's worst time in their lives, and you're the one they look towards for any kind of help.
Well, guys, it's great to be here at Trenton Central High School with you. Appreciate the time you're putting into the show today, and the time that all of our our video engineer, Brianne O'Neill, all the Trenton Central High School students are with us, our camera people and photographers. It really is cool. The Digital Audio Lab is where we do our thing on campus, and they do a great job.
Yes, they do.
Jimmy, before we step aside one more time, and I think we're going to have Vic Tejada come back on the show. What's next for you? You're just a junior, so you still got some time to figure things out. Are you looking at a 4-year university?
Well, I mean, at the moment right now, I'm not. I know it's not really a good thing to say, but I'm not necessarily worried about that right now. But right now, I'm just trying to put myself in as much things as I can. You see, like this, I'm trying to involve myself really in a lot of things, such as the debate society. That's actually going on after school today, and I'll probably be there. And I also wanted to join a robotics club, right, with robots. I'm pretty sure we were going to have a robot war where we make our own robots and battle them, I suppose.
I like that.
Yeah. So
one of my favorite shows, BattleBots.
Years ago, I was here on campus when Trenton Central debated Princeton, and I think beat the Tigers that day. And I know that was a tradition for a while where Princeton would come in. That would be cool if that comes back or is still going on.
Yeah, so
take on the Ivy Leaguers.
Yeah, the advisor right now for the debate society is trying to get us involved in stuff like that with different schools and different teams. But right now we're having no luck necessarily going that with the search. And so right now we're just kind of like discussing the principles of it. So the preliminary debate.
You guys are debating debate.
Yeah.
Right
basically.
now, pretty much.
Yeah, like we're coming up with little games and stuff, debating minor things, like, if you were on an island, why would you bring this, or who would you bring, stuff like that to get us like kind of like warmed up, I suppose. Yeah. And he is trying to look for other people to debate. I told him actually that the reason I joined it was because I want to go ahead and debate at a different school,
Yeah.
That seems interesting to me.
Definitely.
And fun.
Little battle bots, a little battle debating. Hey, again, before we let you go, what are some of the other things that you're able to do here through the digital audio program at Trenton Central High School? I know you put in a lot of work. Appreciate you joining us here on the microphone. Last time we were here, I think you were like our technical director. So it does call on you and allow you to do a lot of different stuff. Yeah,
so, you get to do a lot of things, You get to do this, you get to be the video technical director and stuff. But as of now, I mean, I'm not really sure how much I can do, I'm only new to this, I'm getting into it. So I'm not sure what other positions are available and stuff. But right now, for my class, I actually have his class, Mr. C's class. Right now, we're working on audio. We're making audio advertisements. And right now, it's going well for me. I already have my advertisement. I'm writing my script right now. You got to write a 1-minute audio ad, and then you also got to shrink it down and make a 30-second version of it.
And you produce it with music? And
yeah, you produce it with music. Well, it's not necessary to add music, right. But it would be better if you added music because it'd make it seem a lot more appealing to the listener.
That's like your whatever creative choices you make.
Yeah, but here's the catch. You can't necessarily make the ad about something that already exists. You have to make it about something that doesn't exist. Mm-hmm. And you have to use specific persuasive techniques. Yeah, thank you, Mr. C. You have to use specific persuasive techniques in the ad to persuade the listener to buy that product. So, yeah.
Sounds like a cool experience.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty fun.
Well, again, thanks for being with us today. We're going to step aside here on Trenton Today, and we'll be back with Director Douglas, Captain Patterson, and I think we got Vic Tejada, who's going to move into Jimmy's spot when we come back to Trenton Today in just a moment. Nice job.
Merrill Reese, here to tell you about my good friends at Haldeman Ford Subaru on Route 33 in Hamilton Township. For outstanding sales and service, you can depend on the folks at Haldeman Ford Subaru for the best value on new and pre-owned Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs, along with a great selection of value-priced new and pre-owned Subarus. And no one offers the service that Haldeman does in their huge, state-of-the-art service facility. Service so great that many area municipalities and commercial fleets get their service performed by Haldeman Ford Subaru. From Langhorne to Princeton, folks like you to commercial fleets trust the name Haldeman for sales and service. Haldeman Ford Subaru, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. Hi, Merrill Reese for Capital Health, reminding you that the former St. Francis Medical Center is now Capital Health East, and they still offer a 24/7 emergency department as well as outpatient medical clinic services. To enter the emergency department and outpatient clinic, please use the Burt Avenue entrance. Capital Health, proud to be a partner for better health in our state's capital, Trenton, New Jersey.
Hi, this is Mercer County Prosecutor Angelo Honorfree, and I'm proud to help sponsor today's show and promote what's happening in our community. All residents of your hometown should stay involved and participate in community activities, whether it's volunteering to help make your town clean, or volunteering at the animal shelter, or helping at a local youth event. Staying involved in your community makes your hometown a great place to live. This is Mercer County Prosecutor Angelo Honorfree, and I hope you enjoyed today's show.
All right, back to Trenton today. Here at Trenton Central High School, and we've now got Vic Tejada with us, Director Douglas, Captain Patterson, hanging out, talking about Fire Prevention Month and what's going on in the city of Trenton. And a lot going on here at Trenton Central High School. Vic, what's happening with the ROTC program? I know you've joined us before and talked about what you're doing there, and you were talking with Director Douglas and Captain Patterson about what branch of the service that you're planning to go into.
Yes.
Tell us.
So I plan either doing Marines or National Guard. I plan doing National Guard mostly because to become an officer, enter as a second lieutenant, ROTC, at Rutgers. I talked to the lieutenant colonel and everything. I'm very associated with him. I plan doing infantry as well too, and also with the JRTC, we have a lot of things going on. We have competitions coming soon. December 2nd will be our first competition. We'll be going against 13 schools.
You guys traveling for that, right?
Yes, we are traveling. We are going to Pleasantville High School.
Nice.
To compete against 13 schools. They are people from all different brigades and everything. And I'm training my battalion to get ready to go against them.
All right, so did you guys participate in ROTC, or did your military service come after high school?
Mine came after high school. I was United States Marine Corps. Was you, Cap?
Yes, it came after high school. I was in the National Guard and also the Army Reserve.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think? You see a guy like Vic who already has sacrificed a lot of his time and done quite a lot for this ROTC program. It's great to see that kind of head start.
Yes.
Is that something, when you look back at your military experience, that you wish you had that leg up? Or when you go through basic training, it's like everybody ends up kind of being in the same spot?
It's a shock. Some people seen a documentary of the United States Marine Corps when you arrived there in the middle of the night and you had to stand on the yellow footprints. But I believe we didn't have an ROTC program when the high school that I went to.
Gotcha.
And I went a year after a year of college, and that was my experience. And I was reserve for 6 years in the Marine Corps. But then I got in the fire department, of course, in between that time.
Right.
Because I got on pretty early. What else you kept?
Yeah, the ironic thing is I had ROTC. I went to Trenton
Did you?
High, so I was here, but I didn't want to be a part of it for some reason. It wasn't to my dad, because my dad's a Vietnam vet. So in the 12th grade, he was like, you got to do something, you know what I mean? So I said, you know what? I said, I might as well. I actually signed up for the military before I graduated high school. The recruiters came in. And I said, I graduated in June, and by 6 months later, January, I was shipped off to basic training. So, You know, technically I was still in high school when I signed up. I just wasn't in junior or
TC,
We're getting shipped off. That's a shock too.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
Vic, after high school, do you envision yourself having a career in the military? I mean, a first responder type of career also seems like there's some path for guys who serve.
Yes, I have, what's it called? Like, from seeing from a lot of perspectives, like my Master Sergeant Troop, seeing from the Marine Corps and everybody, they all have different types of point of views from how things work, how from their leadership, how everything works, and I like it. I love it.
It does seem, though, like a lot of people who were in the military maybe move into law enforcement or a firefighter type of role.
That's crazy that you said that, because what I was thinking is that when I finish my military career, I was planning on being a police officer or enter any law enforcement force or anything.
Okay.
Now, do you guys do some stuff with Trenton Police? I know, some cities have like football games or that kind of thing to raise some money sometimes for an important cause, or just to build up the family feeling within those two departments. You guys work hand in hand in a lot of ways.
Yeah, so community relations between our division and also the police, also the community relations division, we do a lot of things together to get the message of public safety out to the community. We want to make sure that the public safety is viewed in a good light with the community, and actually we're there to serve them, to teach them exactly what they need. I'm sure the police, they really have excellent programs out there with their team and members that go out to the community, and we do too. And like just because it's Fire Prevention Month, it's important and imperative the fact that they get the right message from the people who are actually doing it. And talk about some initiatives years ago that the fire department used to do with the police department.
Years ago, we had the guns and hoses, firefighters against police, boxing matches, and also football, flag football. We played against each other, just like camaraderie,
And also a little fun rivalry.
Yeah, friendly rivalry.
Mr. Caniglio wants to know who won.
Which
The football game.
Mr. Caniglio only cares about football.
I think the police beat us in football. I can't remember the boxing.
Boxing?
Yeah.
Did it go by like weight class or?
I believe so. I believe so in the boxing. Yeah.
And then just you had guys going up against each other at the same similar weight class, and then how many matches?
Yep. And I think they had to train, and they had to They had to do a couple of matches, and they had to train, do a couple of matches, and you had to win them. You know what I'm saying? And then you had to excel. So you couldn't have too many losses, something like that. It was real. There was real safety. It was a safety issue. You couldn't just get beat up and then come back and fight again and get beat up. They was like, nah.
I don't know if that's gonna happen today.
All right, we're going to step aside in just a little bit, but as we do, I want to lift up another Trenton Central graduate, Maurice Raheem Mander. And seeing this guy, he was featured in an article on Trenton Daily about the work he's doing to set up a comic book, HBCU Superheroes. And check it out, look on YouTube. There's a YouTube opportunity to see what they're doing. It chronicles a group of people who go to historically black colleges and universities and find out that they have these superpowers. And the comic is set in Trenton. They even have like Walt's Barber Shop and specific Trenton buildings and stuff like that help to set the scene for HBCU Superheroes. There was one estimate that said this is now like a $1 billion IP. Somebody has given them some opportunities to put it into production and stuff, and they're holding out for like the best offer that they possibly can get. But I just wanted to lift that up. Trenton Central high school grad doing big things with this HBCU Superheroes thing, and find out a little bit more about it online. As we step aside here on Trenton Today, we'll return with Director Douglas and Captain Patterson, Vic Tejada, our student guest. More coming up on Trenton Today in just a moment.
Merrill Reese, here to tell you about my good friends at Haldeman Ford Subaru on Route 33 in Hamilton Township. For outstanding sales and service, you can depend on the folks at Haldeman Ford Subaru for the best value on new and pre-owned Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs, along with a great selection of value-priced new and pre-owned Subarus. And no one offers the service that Haldeman does in their huge, state-of-the-art service facility. Service so great that many area municipalities and commercial fleets get their service performed by Haldeman Ford Subaru. From Langhorne to Princeton, folks like you to commercial fleets trust the name Haldeman for sales and service. Haldeman Ford Subaru, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. Hi, Merrill Reese for Capital Health, reminding you that the former St. Francis Medical Center is now Capital Health East, and they still offer a 24/7 emergency department as well as outpatient medical clinic services. To enter the emergency department and outpatient clinic, please use the Burt Avenue entrance. Capital Health, proud to be a partner for better health in our state's capital, Trenton, New Jersey.
Hi, this is Mercer County Prosecutor Angelo Honorfree, and I'm proud to help sponsor today's show and promote what's happening in our community. All residents of your hometown should stay involved and participate in community activities, whether it's volunteering to help make your town clean, or volunteering at the animal shelter, or helping at a local youth event. Staying involved in your community makes your hometown a great place to live. This is Mercer County Prosecutor Angelo Honorfree, and I hope you enjoyed today's show.
All right, welcome back. Trenton Today from Trenton Central High School. And I think my superpower would be like those Jedi mind tricks, like in Star Wars, where you could like tell people what they think, and then they actually think that they think what you said they think. That would be pretty cool. What about you, Vic? You any superhero powers?
My superpower that I was thinking of was time traveler, something about time, like Doctor Strange.
Gotcha.
Like that one.
Go back in time and
go back in time. Mess around or fix something up. I did real quick. Try not to mess with it a lot. Yeah.
Well, I got to check out whatever superpowers are in this HBCU superhero universe. How about you, Director Douglas?
What's that?
Your superpower of choice.
Invisibility.
Yeah?
Yes, you get a lot of things done.
I used to want to be invisible for like the express purpose of going into the girls' locker room.
Oh my God!
Since then, I just want to control people's minds.
You got to change that.
Captain Patterson, how about you? Any superpowers that come to mind?
I'm old school, man. I like Superman. Just can fly.
Super strength.
Yeah. Be strong.
And fly?
Yeah, fly, avoid that traffic.
I was thinking the same thing. Teleportation.
Yes.
One thing that gave young people some new powers or new skills was the academy that you had over the summer.
Yes.
Director Douglas, can you talk a little bit about the Junior Public Safety Academy?
Yeah, absolutely. So in 2022, brought the Junior Public Safety Academy to the City of Trenton Fire Department. This is a collaboration between the fire department, the police department, and Trenton Emergency Medical Services. It's teaching kids basically what we do as public first responders. It gives them the insight not just through the academic portion of it, but also the practical exercise. They get to get on the fire truck, they get to get on the ambulance, they get to go in the police cars, they get to see exactly what we do. I know that we take them through CPR training. All the kids are CPR certified. We take them through how to stretch hose, how fire hoses feel when they charge with water, how to advance hose, repelling, bloodborne pathogens, so many things in the fire service. I know the police department, they take them through their shooting simulation machine in addition to they go to take them through the dispatch room, a couple other things they do with them, and the EMS, of course, they see the bus that in the back of the bus and how to put patients in and out the bus. Right. There's a lot of things they do, but on top of that, it's not all work and no play. We do take them on cultural trips. We've taken them to Washington, D.C., the World Trade Center, see the 9/11 Museum and the World Trade Center, the Liberty Science Center, the Franklin Institute, so forth and so on, and other academies around New Jersey. in Pennsylvania. So the first year we graduated 12 children, but it gotten so big that actually this year we graduated 26 kids. But we had probably over 50 applications, so it's growing. And through our partnerships with the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, thanking Prosecutor Honorfree, who gave us funding in addition to Capital Health. They gave us funding also, which is a blessing. Now we actually have more sponsors in play this year. So, and this cost is no cost to the residents. So we have the children for 8 weeks in the summer. It's no cost to none of the parents. We buy the uniforms. All the trips are free. Everything from their sneakers and even the graduation uniforms and everything. And actually, this graduation we had at City Hall, it was packed to the benches all the way out. It was a great ceremony. Yes.
Great. I saw Officer Eric Johnson,
yes.
one of the contact people
Yep.
there. So
Yep.
if anybody's looking to get into the program and
Yep.
try to get right up to the front of the list.
Oh my God! Don't say that.
That's the guy that you gotta get to. I saw you guys were training the students to fly drones.
Yes,
that
we
was
did.
One of the elements.
Yep.
How do drones fit into the work of the fire department or other first responders?
So in the fire department, I can see firsthand. So when you're talking about trying to look over a building in the backside, you can see it. There's some spots you won't be able to see just from the street level. And if it's one of those buildings you can't get behind, at least you can use the drone as an advantage just to get that view. So with the hot spots in the building, when you have a large fire or even a small fire, even locate somebody in a wooded area, or even as it relates to the Delaware River, we're in the process of buying a drone that actually, if somebody was out there in the water, instead of it's probably quicker to send a drone out there than to take a rope out there to get the person, opposed to getting the boat out there as fast. It's one of the things that helps. In the police department, of course, they use it for surveillance and identifying things.
I didn't think of that.
Yes.
Thermal,
thermal for the fire. Yes, for the fire
what's
department.
hot, what's
Absolutely.
not.
You might not see those hot spots under the roof of the thermal imaging to show you on the ground through the screen. Okay, it's the fire still burning on this side of the roof inside, but you can't see it. You see the smoke, but you really can't see it where it's coming from.
I mean, drones now are an important part of military experience, it seems like. Have you gotten to mess around with some drones, Vic, as part of the ROTC program?
No, we never got to touch drones as much. Like, as a childhood, I used to love drones and everything. But getting to, out of, places like that, like thermal and everything, no, we never got the chance to.
Jimmy was mentioning some personal experiences that he had with a fire that was near his home, and one where he had a little bit of an incident where he had to prevent a fire. Anything like that? I mean, one of our friends, they had their cabin burned down. This was up in New York State, but it was they were sleeping at night, and all of a sudden a fire started, and it must have caught a propane tank, and so quickly it got out of hand.
I remember this time back in a long time ago when I was little. I remember, I was young. I was 5, 4, over here messing with, trying to see, burn something. I think I was trying to burn an edge of my blanket or something to take the extra string off there. And by accident, my whole blanket caught on fire. And I was going crazy. I was like, what? And I went to the sink and everything, tried taking it off. It wasn't going away. And I just kept throwing, I just threw the whole thing in there, and I was like, forget it. And after that, my mom, she got on me.
Well, that is a thing, right? I mean, playing with matches and young people messing around. There's something about fire that has an allure to people.
Yeah, what's the saying? Like a moth to a flame, So I guess that's the attraction with the light and the heat, and everybody want to test and see what it feels like. Is it real? Is it real?
It's
but
real.
Unfortunately, it's too real. You can burn yourself, or let alone burn your house down. You got to be very careful with fire.
We think of all the different tips and advice when we're in our home to get down if there's smoke, so you're kind of underneath where the smoke is at, you crawl out of the home and stuff. That's one of the tips I was given way back when. What about for a car fire? Those can burn so hot, and I don't really hear about people necessarily getting injured in car fires, but I would imagine that it's something that you don't even want people to be going anywhere near. Like because again, those fires I think have a tendency to burn even hotter than like a house fire. Correct me if I'm off.
Well, a car fire is not something that you want to put out. Most car fire happens through accidents or maybe some type of vandalism or mechanical failure. And if it's in the engine, it's one thing, but if it's in the interior, it's something else. But neither one of those fires that you, as a person, a civilian who's not a firefighter, want to attempt to put any of those fires out. If you happen to be in a car with a fire, you want to get out as quick as you can and get as far as you can from it and call 911. What is that you're thinking?
Captain Patterson, the other thing that we hear sometimes it was a huge fire. It was a multiple alarm fire. And that just means that other fire companies were brought in. I guess I'm wondering, like, if there's a 3-alarm fire in Hamilton, for instance, Trenton Fire Department, are they responding to that in addition to the Hamilton Fire Department? And
that's called mutual aid. So we do mutual aid with townships that surround us, just like they'll come in and do mutual aid with us. If first alarm, second alarm, third alarm, it just mean that we're calling for more help. The fire's getting bigger, so we need more manpower, more apparatus and equipment to put the fire out. Because what we got now is not enough. So it just as more apparatus pieces you get, the higher their alarms get. So that's mainly what that means.
And you guys must have some equipment that other local fire departments maybe don't have, just because of the types of buildings that are within the city of Trenton, high rises, and those fires on buildings that have multiple floors seem like that is something that can be a problem to find the fire and figure out exactly where it is and make sure it didn't go somewhere that was unexpected.
Well, I mean, the fire apparatus that we do have, the ladders that we have can extend close to 100 feet at an angle. Close to 100 feet. That's where you lose that as it goes higher at an angle. Some of the interior equipment that we have helps find those fires within the building itself, behind the walls, like infrared cameras and so forth and so on. But also, in the fire department, we are responsible for the hazmat and hazmat trench and dive teams for Mercer County. We actually carry a great portion of responsibility for the county of Mercer in Trenton. So they are 24/7 like anything else, and we service a big portion of the county for that.
I mean, dive teams that would go into
Yes.
Delaware?
Absolutely.
And respond to somebody who might be in distress?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
So if you get into a situation where somebody is in distress and the ambulance and EMTs have not arrived,
Yes.
are you guys administering CPR and doing life-saving measures prior to fire prevention or putting out the fire?
All first responders are trained in CPR. Yes, so we can start immediate rescue breathing or CPR right away before an EMT will get there.
And train with other types of life-saving measures?
Absolutely. The AED devices that gives a shock to your heart to bring you back if it's some reason that you lose your pulse. And we are trained in that also.
Right.
And we do have those on the fire trucks.
Defibrillators?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us today, hanging out a little bit, and
Yes.
letting us know about Fire Prevention Month and what's going on in Trenton today. Hey, Vic, before we let you go, you're going to be presenting the colors, right, at the football game on Friday?
Yes, I have people ready for that already. We have...
So do you coordinate that?
Yes, I have my sergeant major take care of that for me. I'm just the one that lets them know about the event, and they do it for me. I have them schedule dates, everything. We have the 4 people ready to do the color, represent the colors, and that'll be it.
What are some things that you have to keep in mind, or?
So we got to make sure that they're all 4 there, and we got to make sure they're in the right uniform, the right time, and the right place. We also make sure we give the names to the person that announces the names, who's presenting the colors, because that's very important. So we add that to our tracker. So you get different awards as you see on my uniform. before doing certain events.
You got it all decked out there.
Yes, yes.
A lot of awards and recognition for your work. Well, thank you for being with us today. Before we go, any Phillies predictions? The Phillies are on fire, and I'm hoping nobody puts them out. I like them today against Arizona. Again, I'm jumping on the plane. I'm going out to get an $11 ticket. Hopefully, I'll be able to make the first pitch.
Yes.
Oh man.
What do you got? You guys like the Phillies today? Come on. I need,
Well,
we need
since
some
the
energy.
since the Yankees didn't make it, so I guess I'll root for the Phillies.
Okay, we'll take it. That's good. Vic, I saw you shaking your head. No, you're just.
Hey, I'm undecisive. You know, I don't watch much baseball, but I'm in with the Yankees. Man.
There you go.
He's in with the Yankees. He said, well, come to the Phillies side.
Let's keep it northeast for the World Series.
Captain
There you
Patterson, you got a Jets score for this week for Director Douglas? Who do the Jets have?
Well, I'm a Cowboys fan.
Oh, my goodness.
I ain't worried about it.
Oh, my goodness. Now, who do the Jets have this week? Do you know? I think Eagles got the Dolphins, so that's not going to be too easy. That's Mr. Caniglio's team. He likes the Dolphins.
Oh,
He likes
okay.
the Dolphins.
Miami, that's what's up. I love Florida.
All right, well, we'll see how it all goes. JETS.
Jets.
Thanks to Director Douglas, Captain Patterson, Vic Tejada, and also Jimmy Carvente for being with us and all of the student help with directing and with the video production of today's show. We'll catch you next time, next month here on Trenton Today from Trenton Central High School. Thanks, everybody.